Hello and welcome to another edition of Pulp Picks. My name is Patrick.
I'm Fritz.
And we're here to give you this week's reading recommendations on New Comic Book Day. And now that my caffeine has finally kicked in and we've warmed up with a good off-camera conversation, we're ready to talk about comic books and not get sidetracked here.
Yeah.
So we've got, each of us have a pick, and then we've got a consensus pick. So those of you that watch each week know that, but hopefully we've got some new people joining.
Hello, new people.
Yeah, and then we'll also get to kind of some runners-up and just kind of general store news. So what have you got to get the ball rolling here, Fritz?
So I've got, I'll be honest, I forgot this was coming out this week till I saw it on the stand, and she's like, oh, I should definitely check this out, and I'm happy I did. We've got Cheetah and Cheshire rob the Justice League.
Yeah.
And so this is a new miniseries. It's by Greg Rucka and Nicole Scott, who both, I believe, they did work together. Both have had 10 years on Wonder Woman, and then they also worked together on Wonder Woman back during the Rebirth era.
Yes.
And I think because they've also, what's the Image title that they did? Was it Lazarus? Was that the one that they worked on?
That sounds right.
Yeah, but so they've got big working history, so this is them coming back. This is the first time, at least for Rucka, that he's done a DC book in a while, I think.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, he's very much one of those people, I'll do my indie books, I'll come back and do a random superhero thing every now and then. But, so if you couldn't tell from the premise, it's Cheetah and Cheshire are teaming up to try and rob the Justice League Watchtower of something. I'm not going to give it away.
Oh.
But yeah, so this issue, we kind of start off with them both individually doing their thing. Cheetah's dealing with the whole curse that gives her powers. She's constantly needing to devour stuff. She's not always devouring stuff that you and I might want to devour.
Right.
Might be having to tip the morgue guy every so often. Yeah. Cheshire's doing what she does, which is a lot of killing people. Also, more for money than for eating.
It seems like those two things could go kind of together.
Yeah. And so we get a couple of action scenes. We get to see Cheshire take on some Hive agents, which I'm trying to remember the last time that Hive showed up in anything. I feel like they just don't get used much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice call out for all you Teen Titans fans out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the back half of this issue is kind of the two of them getting together, hanging out, and it's one of those things I always really enjoy seeing in superhero books is anytime you get heroes or villains just kind of to sit down and just have normal moments with each other, because they're never really proper normal moments, because one of you is a cat person, one of you is one of the world's deadliest assassins.
Yep.
There's only so much normalcy you can bring to having a dinner together, but it's still just fun to see these characters talk shop, just kind of go about their business while still being these weird people that you'd if you saw them on the street be like, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be kind of what big rock stars when they sit down and just have normal conversations with other big rock stars or something. Their life is so surreal. Yeah. And yet they're just people, so they must have normal moments too.
Yeah, and then there's stuff they kind of touch base on Jade's just oh, you were dealing with all that sovereign stuff over in Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Barbara Ann is just oh, how are things with your daughter? And yeah, just these kind of normal little moments, but it's these things against Jade's got a daughter, but she's also having to share custody with a superhero, so there's obviously tension there. There are these fun little touches that I feel Rucka really nails here. Yeah. And it's all very Nicole Scott is very much one of those artists who brings a certain amount of realism to their art. I feel she's very much in the same vein of George Perez in that everyone feels very distinct and looks very much oh, you could see this person on the street without it being too photorealistic. It toes that line very well.
Yeah. So wait, are you saying that all the characters have distinct looks in this? They aren't just wearing different clothes?
Yeah.
It's not just a generic dude face and a generic gal face?
No, yeah. Because
clothes? Nobody in comics does that, do they?
Listen, I'll be honest, some of my favorite artists do that, and honestly most of the time it's not really a big thing. Sure. But there's definitely stories where very clearly having it's part of what makes a Kevin Maguire book work so well. Is everyone has these very distinct facial personality, because there's so much that you convey with the face, especially in a visual medium this. Yeah. that there's this point where like Chester's like testing like a poison, and she's just got this like calm face for a couple pounds, and then like something happens, she's like, oh, it's really good, and it's just it's a book that really does a good job of like towing the line between these nice little character moments, but you still get like some action, and you definitely go and get a lot more of that coming up. It's funny, this kind of came up yesterday, but having recently rewatched Ocean's 11, it's surprising how much fun the movie can be when it's just a lot of people in the room talking about like how they're going to rob a place. Like we haven't really gotten to meet the rest of the crew yet. I'm super excited to see who they pull. It looks like from some of the preview art they've shown up, it's going to be kind of like a lot of new faces, which is going to be kind of exciting because it's just like, oh, that means anything can happen to these people. Yeah. So like it's because it's kind of the problem you're running with Suicide Squad. Just like, well, I know all these people. There's no way you're going to convince me that they're going to like kill somebody. Like there's always that one person who's like, oh, you're the one that's going to die because no one cares about you.
The red shirt, yeah.
But it's just like that's one of the fun things when you have these like characters that like you can kind of do whatever with. But
and this is a continuity book, yes?
Yep. Oh yeah, they're like everything here counts and everything. Like they even bring up just like, oh, you want to rob the Watchtower when the Justice League is literally at the strongest they've ever been?
Yeah.
Are you insane? Like because that's the thing. Because like Cheetah's the first one to bring it up, and Chester's just like, absolutely not. Nope. What are you talking about? And then like obviously like brings her around to it, and it's just again like it's. Rucka's great with his dialogue and his little character stuff. Like he like really makes you feel like, oh yeah, these are just like two coworkers, kind of like friends that like have known each other for a long time. They don't like interact often just because that's the nature of the business, but like they do enjoy these like little moments together and getting to like do crazy stuff together. It's fun, yeah. But yeah, no, it's issue 1, so even if you haven't been reading other stuff that they've shown up in like Wonder Woman or Green Arrow recently, you can just hop in and you get the lowdown on everything you need to know. Again, fun issue. Scott's art is fantastic. I'm super excited to see them render all these other new characters that are going to be coming up. But speaking of fresh new starts, you've also got a number 1.
Yes, well, I went with Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone, number 1. So this is part of IDW has picked up the Godzilla licenses and they've had it for a bit.
Yeah, they've had it for a while, but this is the first time.
They're doing a whole new Godzilla universe with ongoing issues and continuity and so forth, as opposed to a whole bunch of like one-shots and crossovers. And I'm not... all of that is also happening.
Oh yeah, no, like because I mean they've been doing Godzilla, I would say for at least like 15 plus years now, if not longer.
Yeah,
but they've always been like their own little things, like kind of off in their own little corners. No real connectivity here. But we had a couple weeks ago the main book of this new stuff, Godzilla Kaisei, that was on here obviously, that I really enjoyed, and I also really enjoyed this.
Yeah, and so they're calling it the Kaisei era, right? Is the whole tent that all of these titles are under, and there's going to be some more coming out as well.
There's one coming out. I think this one's not coming out for a little bit. I think more like the end of the year, I think they've said. But
we've got a preview for it right at the back here, I believe.
Yeah, does it say? No, it's
this one here. This is always exciting for...
October.
So feels like that should be a long way away, but it's literally just around the corner.
It's going to be the end of August before we know it.
Yeah, so the concept here is that people are... We're getting a view of the people who are living in the devastated areas after kaiju activity. And not only is, basically the trappings of civilization just leveled and taken away and the area considered unlivable, but there's also some sort of residual effects that are starting to affect people. People are starting to look a little weird. And
maybe have some extra appendages here and there.
Losing their hair, getting kind of strange shaped heads. We see a few different kind of minor alterations. But, the cover kind of implies that there might be something a little bit more going on than that even. And so we start this issue with, as, most good stories start, somebody at a bar telling a tall tale. And yeah, it was. It's just kind of a fun take. But we were talking earlier about how this is taking like a lot of different sci-fi, kaiju adjacent type ideas and kind of putting them together in
like
a book.
There's a bit of Mad Max. There's a bit of you were saying like Attack on Titan. Like there's like just because like imagine living in this like devastated landscape. Nothing like there's no like government or anything to help you, and you've just got monsters running around constantly.
Can we say Waterworld? Can we say that there's a Waterworld impact on this? Yes, we're just going to go with it.
I think isn't that movie like 30 years old now or something?
Yeah,
I just saw like the anniversary was like a week or two.
Still
ago.
one of the biggest box office bombs of all time.
I'd argue if you had someone besides. I'm
just going to grab the mail real quick. Pause.
Was it actually paused?
No.
Okay. So Waterworld. I'd argue if you had someone besides Kevin Costner, not that I necessarily dislike Kevin Costner, he's great in a bunch of movies. I think he was miscast in that film. I think if you casted some, I don't necessarily know who I would have picked, but I think someone else could have maybe made that movie work. I think he just did not fit the vibes of what that movie was going for. I don't know. It's like maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe like it's just not salvageable regardless. But I don't know. That's our little mini Waterworld diatribe. It's funny we were talking about like we're not going to get on a side tangent, and then this happens.
Yep. So yeah, the art in this is really fun.
The art was really good. Like because we saw a little preview of it with the Free Comic Book Day back in May, but yeah, the stuff, the action, the character work, all of it's really good here. Yeah,
it's got kind of a Scotty Young kind of vibe.
James Heron on Ultra Mega kind of thing,
Ramos, it's got somewhere in that kind of...
It's like exaggerated, but like never to the point where like you don't like feel like these are actual people. Like they're... Like, they feel like, oh, yeah, these are just people living through the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And this is the kind of thing where you can imagine, like, it's got a very kind of, like, Fallout streaming series kind of vibe to the world and everything. So, yeah, it was fun. And it's going to be interesting to see... At some point in time, the main book is going to have to address the kinds of things, at least in a general kind of way, that are happening out here. So I'm interested to see how this is all going to kind of tie together. And there is a big reveal at the end of the book.
Yeah, that considering some of the other stuff that we've seen in that first issue of the main book, like you can already see like where threads might start to come together.
Yeah, and the story is good. I did enjoy the story. The art is great. For me, the art took it to that next level.
Yes, it's very much a book where like the core premise is like fun enough, but like the art, the execution there is like really what sells you on this being this like monstrous, devastated landscape with all kinds of weird, funky stuff going on. And when the
kaiju are throwing down, you really get the sense of not just energy and
the dynamicism and stuff.
But yes, the weight of it, like it feels like there are titanic, creatures smashing each other. Yeah, it was really cool. I liked it, and it didn't feel too glossy. Like sometimes it's really easy to lean on the computer a lot and create images that are maybe a little too perfect or a little too refined. Yeah. But this felt very organic at the same time. So, all right. Well, speaking of kind of organic art with some monstrous things happening in here, this is really sketchy, rough kind of stuff that kind of, puts you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah. We've got Absolute Green Lantern, I believe, issue 5 we're on now. Yes, issue 5. And if you couldn't tell from this issue, things are going down. We've kind of been building to this over the last couple of issues, but we finally get our big confrontation between Hal and Joe here.
Yeah, and I know like some of the feedback that we've heard in the store and then in comments online are that Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman are kind of moving at a clip. Superman maybe less so in people's eyes, but Wonder Woman and Batman have had some major story arcs with big things happening, and it feels like a fast pace, whereas Green Lantern and Flash in particular, people are finding to be a little more of a slow burn. And some people, me included, don't mind that, but for other readers.
And like I absolutely get it. Like they're like sometimes pacing is a very difficult thing because for some people something could be pace in just the right way. Other times it can be like, oh, this is too slow, this is too fast. It's a very subjective thing.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Totally understand that. And yeah, again, like it's been up here a couple times, so we both clearly like don't mind it too much. But
no, and when you said issue 5, I'll be honest, I was like, are we only at 5? Because it feels like we've been hanging in here longer on this one. And the basic premise is that a number of the Green Lanterns from the main DC continuity in this reality are hanging out in a small town together. And an alien shows up and crap hits the fan.
Yeah. Or as this would be the case, the ship hits the town.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've kind of, because Ewing is jumping around in the timeline of this all, it's been kind of disjointed in how we're coming along, because we're jumping back and forth between the beginning and then kind of the middle and where we're at right now. And some of it is in flashback and some of it is in people explaining things to other characters what had happened.
And here outside of like one little bit, it feels like we're pretty much like here, like where we're at now, like it's nothing but forward momentum going forward, because most of this issue, again, like is a big fight between Joe and Hal, and we kind of like finally get to really see like how, at least for like Hal, like how his like powers that he seems to have come into like happened to him. We get a very messed up version of his encounter with Evan Sur.
Yes.
Who, is just like after last issue is like, oh, everything's bad now. Things are not good. We need to fix this. And Hal's just like, what happened to my friends? What did you do to them?
Right,
just like, listen, you don't understand. And things like this is very much like a story about like what happens when we can't properly communicate with each other. Like people not understanding like what someone means and just like how that can escalate out of control.
Yeah. There seems to be an assumption, especially on Abin Sur, who that's not a name, that's a title in this book.
Yeah.
On the Abin Sur that is here, they just aren't understanding that without the proper context, these beings that they are now encountering are going to have unpredictable responses to them and what they're doing. And we still kind of have kind of a limited view on what the Green Lanterns are.
Yeah.
What their purpose is.
It definitely could. It seems... I don't want to necessarily say positive. Like, it definitely sounds like there's something worse out there that's coming. That they're kind of designed to, like, defend against.
Yeah, it feels like the Green Lanterns and this Abin Sur are probably benevolent, but it would be really easy to mistake them as not, because you don't have right, exactly, because you don't have the context, and the context would make the alternative so horrible. That's just a guess, but and then the next question is, whatever happened to Hal? Is Hal really having any active control over what's happening right now or not? We're not sure.
Yeah, like it definitely seems like there's a certain level of feedback in terms of like his discomfort and like freaking out about everything is like feeding into what's happening to him, but there's also then something feeding back into him of just like, yes, it's her, she's the problem.
Right, yeah,
like,
exactly.
And then poor Joe is just like, I like accidentally like touched him and did something, and then the town got like flattened. I don't even really know what's happening anymore. I just got like flung miles in one direction. And
so confrontation begins again.
Yes.
And then we get a surprise guest at the end.
Yeah, a surprise guest. And then also during this whole time we've got absolute Hector Hammond.
Yeah.
Who is
slimy.
Ewing, and this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who's read his like Hulk or Thor stuff, but he loves to write a charismatic but awful like business person.
Yeah, smarmy.
Yeah, like this character that like you absolutely hate, but you also just like kind of want to see what happens next. So it's like they just got this certain like everything awful is fun to them energy that's just like, how is he going to respond to like whatever weird thing's about to happen
Even
next?
just the way that he talks to people is intended to just kind of put them on edge just because he likes it.
Yeah, like
everybody's had that friend at some point.
Oh yeah, he's like
they create just a low level of discomfort constantly just because they like to stir the pot.
Like there's a bit where it's just like this person needs medical attention. It's just like, oh sure, yeah, I guess you can give him medical attention. He maybe can get some more answers out of him later. Like it's like he's very, very different from like the version of the character that we know from the mainline universe, and to see like how, because when we've had those characters show up in the book so far, there's a certain like meshing of just like what we're introduced with and how they kind of become similar to like what we expect. And I'm very curious to see like how's that going to happen with him, with how different everything is.
I'm very curious to see. So now, is this the end of volume 1? Is this where the trade paperback's going to drop? Kind of a cliffhanger?
I think it depends on what happens next issue, because next issue definitely looks like we're really going to like really learn more about like what is happening with the Lanterns, what exactly the Black Hand with Hal is, what the other things they've kind of like teased are out there. These definitely like might be a problem things that are heading our way. But yeah, no, it's also we talked a lot with the other ones. Like I had a feeling this was going to happen because we haven't really had a whole lot of action so far. But the artist, I just want to make sure I get the name correct here just a moment. Yeah, Johnny Lindsay. The action sequences here, they really get the shot. And like, I had a feeling just because like from some of the stuff that they've shown off already, that like when we got to that they would really excel at it. And yeah, their action scenes, especially with like how weird like Joe and Hal's powers work, like. I think he does a really good job of conveying like how like strange and otherworldly this all is to everything.
Really good at drawing blobby goop.
Yes, very good at drawing blobby goop and like things like soaring across the horizon. Like really like and again like the character moments. There's a whole flashback sequence for Joe about like involving her divorce and everything that I think he really nails the emotional beats there.
Yes, I agree. I thought that was some of the most compelling stuff in this one. All right, well, so 3 great books up here. We enjoyed them very much. It's a big week this week. What was close to making it up on the table up here? So
as you notice, there's not a whole lot of Marvel up here. Not for lack of trying, because there's a bunch of good Marvel books out there. Moon Knight was very close to being up here. It's kind of like it's a little one-off issue after this most recent arc with them taking on Fairchild. And it's all about, it's Mark's birthday, all these characters talking about like what having Mark in their life means to them and everything. It's a very like sweet little done in one issue. There's a great bit where 8-Ball's like, I'm wearing a cape now, isn't it cool? Like, like again, continues to be one of my favorite, like everything about this book I love, but the fact that they've made me care about 8-Ball of all people
we had that conversation last issue too.
It's so funny. The new Captain America's out, really good there. The new Ultimate X-Men, we're definitely with Ultimate Endgame coming up, we're kind of like getting into the endgame of a lot of these books. So like everything's really heating up. What about you, Patrick?
Absolute Superman, we have been building up to this kind of big confrontation between the players behind the organizations. And so you've got the Omega Men and Ra's al Ghul's, what's he calling his organization? Lazarus. Yeah. So we get a big throwdown between them with Superman in the middle because of what happened to Timmy Olsen.
Yeah, that bit is. I do love the running joke of everyone getting his name wrong.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. And some very unexpected things happen. Some very expected things happen, and then some unexpected things happen. It was. I just really enjoyed it. I continue to think the art's really good, the writing is really good, and I like the take on particularly Superman's powers.
Yeah, like that one shot where it's like him hovering up in the clouds is like simultaneously like very like awe-inspiring but also terrifying. Well,
he's got more of kind of a solar radiation kind of vibe in this, he glows a lot and does some other kind of cool things.
The way that like his cape, not a cape, like acts around him is very interesting.
Yeah, and the use of red in his kind of power, it's pretty cool. I like that one. Yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff. So to diverge a little bit, there's a whole ton of graphic novels that came out this week, and a lot of them are kind of just new formats for some stories that came out a while ago. There's some Essential Judge Dredd, Civil War in Marvel's new compact, more affordable Marvel Premiere Collection. We've got DC came out with a similar kind of thing where they've got their smaller sized. New Frontier is one of my all-time favorite stories.
I might actually grab a copy.
It's so good. It's like not continuity, but it's but one that everybody has been waiting for.
We've got Absolute Batman in both softcover and hardcover.
Yes. We ordered a whole bunch because we know that this is going to go fast.
We already had people pre-order some.
Yeah, and this is such a great story. And this is a good way to jump on because it's been selling out everywhere, and it's been going to multiple printings everywhere and selling out of those multiple printings. So we can't hardly keep it in stock at all. So we just ordered a ton of the graphic novels. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, Civil War and New Frontier and Judge Dredd, and there's a bunch of good older stories that if you've missed or if you want to go back and revisit them.
We got some Justice League Detroit.
Yes, we do. Yep. And then also the first volume of the new Justice League Unlimited series. So yeah, graphic novels are really, I know that as far as the comic book industry as a whole, graphic novels are by far their largest stream of revenue. But for us, we've always done way better with the periodicals. So not sure why, but graphic novels are picking up in this new location. We're moving at a much faster clip. We had a big restock on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow recently, and we sold out almost immediately.
Yeah.
It was...
Turns out people are excited for that movie next year.
Yeah, and people everywhere because I went to restock that and it's on back order. Of course.
I believe it.
So yeah, they'll print more. I'm sure that they probably were anticipating that the movie reference to that story would probably pick it up. But yeah, so all kinds of great stuff. There's tons of stuff out there to read and enjoy. And we tell people all the time, it's not all just tights and capes. There's a lot of other good stories too, but don't pigeonhole yourself. I think is kind of my suggestion. Get out there and try some other stuff, and whether it's sci-fi, fantasy, horror, suspense, slice of life, there's something for everybody. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I think that's kind of it, right? One more announcement. So last Friday for Friday Night Magic,
right?
We had Fatback Barbecue here with their smoker trailer. Selling barbecue out back in our parking lot. And it was a massive success. We had customers who came just for barbecue. We had customers who were here for magic who got to enjoy barbecue. And it went so well that everybody agreed, let's do it again this week. So if you are a barbecue fan and want some really good food from very mom and pop kind of just getting started group of people who really take a lot of care and pride in the food that they make. It's delicious.
I might be the best cornbread I've ever had. It was so good.
The jerk chicken was just bonkers. Yeah.
The jalapeno brat, just like my only regret is I forgot to get because they got like this like special ranch they have, and everyone I talked to who had it said it was fantastic, and I forgot to get some. And so I need to do that next time. I've heard some stories about the ranch already. I was recommended the apple barbecue sauce. Oh, yeah, okay. On the jerk chicken, and it was really, really good. That sounds like that would be good.
Just follow the smoke because, I suppose the way that things have been lately with the wildfires and everything.
You'll definitely smell it. So if there was one downside is that we could smell them getting ready in here because it was just like coming in through the vents. So like it was just like
I may have been opening the back door just to.
Oh, okay.
But I saw one of our neighbors riding his scooter past, and his head whipped around as he made it around the corner because he could smell the barbecue. And I saw him kind of U-turn and come into the parking lot and ask him if they were ready yet. So. So if barbecue is your jam, I highly recommend coming on down. And if between like 6 and 8ish, I think is when they were set up last week. If that's not kind of working for you, if later in the evening they also set up the former Walgreens parking lot for Bar Rush, is where they've kind of been setting up shop. And I know that last Friday they ended up there after here. So
so I mean,
opportunities.
Here or there, like regardless, like their food is fantastic and just like super nice people, just like having fun with everyone, like the exact kind of
community.
If anything, hopefully it's the start of like more of that kind of stuff around here.
That would be fantastic. And I thought their prices were extremely reasonable.
Like if anything, if they charged more than that, I would have been like absolutely justified. Like I would pay all kinds of money for that food. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, so Friday barbecue. Next week there will be a new Pulp Picks. But in the meantime, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, share, comment, and stop on into your local comic shop and pick up some issues and get some reading, because there's tons of good stuff this week. Like I said, we'll be back next Wednesday with more Pulp Picks. Until then, enjoy the reading.
Yeah, now I'm hungry again. Yeah. Maybe like this comic.